Good evening and a very warm welcome to tonight's episode of The Nest right here on Y254 TV. I am your host, Laureen Kerubo, and be sure to catch up with us on our social media pages. That is Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for Y254 TV channel. Laureen Kerubo for Instagram and TikTok. And you can check us out on The Nest Y254 TV for YouTube. And tonight's topic is a very interesting one that affects each and every single one of you, every household, every Kenyan, every future, every home. We are going to be talking about financial literacy and mental health. Financial literacy and mental health. Financial pressure is one of the leading causes of stress, anxiety, and emotional pain in our world today, and we haven't found a chance to actually sit down and plan ourselves and talk about this openly. But what happens when you look at money not just as a tool for survival, but as an essential in your well-being and in your peace of mind and stability? Joining us tonight is Brian Rukenya Mageria. He's an accomplished financial advisor, bringing on board extensive experience in the financial services. And tonight we'll be talking about the big 5 pillars in financial planning. That is insurance, investment, education, retirement, and housing. He was also the financial advisor for the year 2024, where they awarded him for his excellence and dedication to his clients. And also beyond finance, Brian is a mental health advocate, where he creates a connection between financial well-being and emotional wellness. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Thank you so much.
It's such an honor to have you on board.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, I can't wait to learn and get to know more about you.
Okay.
So who's Brian, like, beyond the title? Tell us.
Brian is, first of all, he's a father.
He's a father?
Yeah, he's a father of 4.
Wow, okay. Amazing.
So, of course, a husband to one, Annie Rukenya.
Yeah.
And we are blending a family. So that's why they're 4.
Yes.
And I'm also a born-again believer.
Amen.
Yes, and also I have been in the spaces of peer education. So I've also been a peer educator before. And so right now I'm in the space of finance.
Yes. Yeah, and what inspired you to enter into the financial services?
I bumped into it, so you know how you bump into a chance or an opening.
Okay.
I had not envisioned myself ever into finance, anything finance.
All right.
But I had done sales. I have a sales background.
Yeah.
So
a bit of educational background. You did sales.
Yes, I pursued BCom.
BCom, yeah.
BCom on computer application.
Okay.
Yet I did not. Yeah. I did not complete it.
Yeah.
So I ended up into IT.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so
So
can you maybe briefly take us through the journey in this industry? Yeah, how is it now that you stumbled upon it and found yourself there? How is it for you?
Yeah, I mean, I always say if I had gotten into it earlier,
yeah,
I would have taken the opportunity much way earlier. I had that notion that, or that misconception that that it is a hard field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of mathematics. It needs a lot of
it depends. It depends, because you see now where I come in is through insurance. Yeah. Insurance, we have different sectors. There's for us who are in the sales.
Yes.
But there are people in the back office who are in the underwriting.
Yeah.
So they're the ones who do the sabus and all that, the mathematics and all that. For us, it's just moving the product.
Yeah, so sales.
Sales,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So finance was basically not your passion.
No, it had not been.
So how did you stumble upon it?
This happened that I was following a claim after I lost my first wife.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm so sorry
we
about
had.
that.
Thank you. We had taken. We had we had a education policy for our 12. That time it was 12 years old son.
Yes.
And
your firstborn now?
My first.
Okay.
Between the four, one is mine.
Yeah.
So that's my only son.
Yeah.
So when I was pursuing the claim, because she was the principal, so I was supposed to. He was the beneficiary, being an education plan.
Yeah.
So when I followed up on it. I was treated so well by the company. And yes, I've been paid 3 installments. This will be the fourth installment.
Yeah.
So that's how I bumped into it. And in the process, I met a good lady who sold me some insurance.
Yeah.
And we started a relationship. I mean, just client relationship. And so one time she sends me an SMS way later that she's been promoted to a manager and she wants people who can sell insurance. If I could.
So to enter the sales sector.
Yes, if I could recommend some people.
Yeah.
Then I realized.
You looked at it and you're like, what no need for recommendation?
At the moment, I was in between jobs.
Yeah.
I was in transition. I was not stationed somewhere.
In one specific area.
So at that time I was doing real estate sales and all that. So and I'd been silent for a few minutes, for a few times, moment.
For a minute.
And that's when I told her, then I'm here. I'm available to sell.
I can do this.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you took up the challenge. That's quite cute.
Yes.
What keeps you motivated? In this whole thing?
Yes, the motivation for me, it's the targets that we have, the incentives that we get from our company. Yeah. Even just knowing that I'm doing it to solve a need.
Yeah.
Where you find that you find a high net worth client with a history.
Yeah.
And the history they give you about the brush with the insurance. And you listen to that man, he's passionate why he's buying.
Yeah.
And when I answer that, it feels so fulfilling. Then comes the low guys.
Midlife people.
Yeah, but they're still investing. But when you answer, so I have this guy who's a boda rider. And when I answer that question for him that he could be protected while in duty, while working, that he didn't have to freak out. And especially that time when I was talking to that boda rider, we were doing a fundraising for one of the boda who had just crashed and died.
Yeah.
So he saw the point of it. So when you see he's answering such questions, and these people are so good, they pay daily. They do installments all the way through the month. They bought the product.
There's always payment.
Yes. So that's what pushes me. That's what I know. Every time I'm late to wake up, I'm asking myself, what do you know
how many people you've inconvenienced? Financial advisor sleeping.
You cannot.
I feel you, and even with how you've explained, you really do love your job, and you're doing it from a point of it's effortless for you.
Thank you.
Was there at any point where we can say this was where your career actually had its peak? I mean, you joined in as a salesperson and you were trying out. How was that journey, and where did you finally pick it up? It's
a good journey because I remember the training week.
Yeah.
I was there through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday I came without my books and without my notepads. And asking me, what's going on? Why are you coming as if you're not prepared? I told them, man, I've just come to know if this is what I want to do.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out.
I'll be honest, I've come, today is that day.
And this is like 4 days.
4 days into it.
Okay.
And so I had so many people come talk to me, people in the same room, tell me, don't give up, this thing, you should do it. That was December 2022.
Yeah, so this is 2 years before your acknowledgement.
Before my closing. Wow. So now that's December. So that's training month. I don't sell anything. Come January, don't sell anything. February, I'm dating.
That was quite slow. You didn't give up?
That's a question. I did not. I think I was... because I answered that question the same day, that Thursday question, if this is the thing I want to do, I assured myself this is what I want to do. Yes, that's cute, that's when I decided, and I said, okay, let me go work with this. And so I tried January. Yes, the products are still not yet in the
giving, but giving.
Yeah, I mean, I try telling this person, but that is the time when you start telling people, I've started something new. Let me I'll call you later, and then I can tell you what I do.
Yeah.
So that was January. Then February, I'm dating my wife. That's 2023.
Oh, so that's where you also met her, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't meet her there, but I met her during that period.
Yeah.
The same period.
Okay, nice.
So she's my first client.
Yeah.
Yes, that was February.
This is interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so it was interesting because I was selling something and I'm realizing later, and now when I followed the following year, and then I'm noticing I had even extended her term.
Yeah.
Because of a school plan, that policy would pay when the children are out of school.
Out of school, yeah.
So I've come to adjust it later when I'm still doing it.
Nice, okay.
So that was just February, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're asking when it picked up?
Yeah, that when it now kicked off.
And
after your first client?
That's the first client.
Yeah.
And immediately, I think that was 2023.
Yeah.
2023, I got now my high net client the same year, a referral from my brother.
Now higher paying client.
Yes. And suddenly I led the whole team, my team.
Yeah, okay.
I led my team for that 2023.
Yeah.
Worked with the client again 2024, he bought more.
Yeah.
So we again top in 2024.
Yeah.
And that's when I went to the
So that's when our peak began.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes,
and you're quite informed about financial planning. And I love it because in this segment, we're going to really, really grasp a lot as young people. Yeah. So let's talk a bit about the big 5 pillars, like you've mentioned. And before we even get there, why is financial planning important for any average Kenyan today, be it a young child, be it a parent, be it a grown mama? Why is financial planning important for all of us?
You know, I attended a masterclass finance planning course. Yeah. And I realized we missed this in school. We don't have in conservative. Learning. There's nowhere you're told now today we're doing finance.
Yeah.
We're doing finance planning. We're doing finance wellness.
Yeah.
And I noticed it is not in everyone's knowledge.
Yeah.
What is out there? Why should I plan myself? It's not knowledge that you pick. I mean,
from when you were young.
No, you don't, because number one, you didn't hate in school.
Yeah.
Probably most people, when their parents didn't take them to it, we know of that thing of kuambiwa hakuna pesa. That's the response most people get from parents. You want this thing, you want that thing, you're told hakuna pesa. You're not even told. So there's so much in that that people are without knowledge.
Yeah.
So finance planning, very key, because it's something that starts from knowledge. And you know, when knowledge comes in, it brings light in that area.
Yeah, knowledge is power.
Yeah, it brings light, because most people are in darkness in that area. Yeah, so it's very important, because who says? I mean, you know, money and your finance actually should add up like your sweat and your life.
Yeah,
it is your sweat. And no wonder if somebody messes with your money,
they've kind of messed with your
It
life.
is.
That's where you're surviving.
Yes,
from.
yes.
True.
It's where
quite
you woke up at 5 a.m. You went to bed at 10 p.m. just because you're searching for this money.
Yeah.
It is, and for me, who's even a believer, it is the wisest man said that it answers all things.
Yes.
Yeah. So very important. Very
At the same
important.
time, it's the root of all problems. Let's not
The love of it. The love of it.
The love of it is the root of all problems.
Yes,
and as we're talking about money, what is the biggest mistake we make with money?
Thinking that I have too little.
Okay.
No, nobody has too little.
So the magnitude is in your eyes.
It is in
the
your
numbers
eyes.
are in your
Yes,
your brain.
yes. What is too much? What is too little?
What is too much? What is too little?
It's the conception. Yeah.
And this one for Pesa Urudi.
We've
been working with Pesa Urudi. The one for you just spend and then you're like, this is my last coin, but you're telling yourself, Pesa Urudi, it's Urudi too. Money recycles itself. It's gonna come back.
I know Pesa has a thing of mulika in where the other Pesa is.
Yeah,
it has. If you don't have it, I'm telling you, it will run from you.
True.
It will totally run.
And at what age do you think we should start financial planning? Maybe what age should I start thinking of financial planning, and how does it evolve in different stages of life?
If you ask me, I believe as soon as you start it in school.
Yeah, when you've understood the value of money and the concept of money.
It should not even start from when you've understood.
Okay.
It should even start from you finding awareness.
All right.
Way early. Like how you started, you didn't know about ABCD. You had to be started somewhere. Yeah, the same thing. This should be done as the same way.
Yeah.
Start early. People who start early find it easier because you need just a small bit to make it to your targets. Yeah, so starting early, it means that you
have a leeway. You're somewhere.
Yeah. It's much better. So you start early, the better.
And a big part of planning is mainly protection. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess that's where, as part of the big fives, let's start with insurance. Protection is in line with insurance.
Of course,
protecting yourself.
Of course, protection is key.
So what type of the insurances are most important for the Kenyan household right now, that you'd recommend people to actually go out there and look for, because this is key?
Yeah.
I guess medical insurance is quite important.
You see answering them. Yeah.
I have one. At least I know one.
Yeah, medical is key.
Yeah.
Where you find people nowadays, have you found yourself in so many WhatsApp groups?
Yeah.
Some even nobody asked you if you can join.
You're just added
by proxy.
True,
that somebody fixed your suit.
Yeah.
Now they found you. They've seen you. They have your number. They just add you. So yes. So
that medical insurance is quite important.
At that point, medical very key, because you see, when instead of that WhatsApp group, a medical cover could have
really compensated.
Yes,
that's true.
Also, even if it's a story of demise, demise, somebody could have taken a protection against his life, a life cover.
Yeah,
so that you find it is a widow, sitting on the other end of now the barrier and all that. They don't have to now start thinking fundraising. And fundraising is interesting because we ask you a question. Yes, you are fundraising for this guy. How social was he?
Yeah.
Is he known amongst people? Was he contributing as himself?
Yeah, that's quite true. Because fundraising really works when you went him to
When you went him to our the contribution is normally looking so good. But if you're an introvert and not so many people knew you, I think this is where the insurance would really be a good play. Exactly.
Yeah. You spoke about education as well.
Yes, education.
Is it important?
Very important
compared
as well.
with the current economy and with how we're dealing in Kenya, do you feel like picking up an educational insurance would be quite essential for a Kenyan?
The beauty about education insurance is not just education; it's also life cover.
Life cover, yeah, true.
Whereby then you notice your child will not have to, in case you're not there.
Yeah.
Their education progress will still be guaranteed.
Will still continue.
Will still be guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why do we feel like insurance is still misunderstood or ignored? Maybe give us a few myths about insurance.
Yeah, that's a good question, because up to now I think we've tapped 5%.
Yeah, 5 is quite low.
It's very low.
5 is quite low.
If you notice how many people have bank accounts compared to that. How many people have Safaricom SIM card?
Yeah. People are working with Safaricom.
So it's 5% is very low.
Yeah.
It's simply because of before that there was lack of public public awareness, or rather public education. Up to last year, when I was doing my proficiency certificate of proficiency executive certificate of proficiency course.
Yeah.
We were told that previous year they had trained 47 agents.
Yeah.
To go to all the 47
counties.
Now, if you happen to go to Kakuma, think of remote, you'll come back with a policy.
Wow.
You'll come back with a program.
So insurance is all over.
For now, it's
at least more diverse
the awareness
for people.
Yes,
Awareness, And what happens when someone ignores insurance in their planning as we close up on the insurance part?
Yeah.
Where do I start to risk in all this if I do ignore insurance?
When you talk about insurance, mostly we ask ourselves, are we taking for us, or is it for my beneficiaries? So the danger will be for the beneficiary. You'd leave them in a spot where they now start degrading their life. Yeah. So that will be the danger. Yeah. What of critical illnesses and disabilities? That time, then you realize you missed out.
It's quite advanced to just have the insurance with you. So I think it's more of a preventive way of taking care of yourself. In case of anything, you've protected yourself. And building wealth is quite the goal for many, but understanding how to do it is what makes the entire difference. What does smart investing mean to Kenyans?
Let me answer that because it's been tackled online a lot. When people are asking, do I do education? Is it an investment? So you're asking about smart investing. Is whereby you have an investment. You ask yourself. People don't know that you should answer first of all your risk appetite. As an advisor, I would be speaking to you, but transferring my risk to you. I don't know where you stand in all place of risk. There are people who don't mind if their principal is touched, but there are people who mind if their principal is touched. So those who don't mind, let them go the riskier way. But the riskier it is, the more it yields.
Okay.
It is. Yes.
that one was part of my questions as well. So now, where should a beginner start? A beginner,
first of all, answer that question. What is your risk appetite? Number one. Number two, what is your discipline like?
Your discipline.
Yes.
Okay, so risk goes hand in hand with discipline.
Yes. Guys. So when you're thinking about discipline, is will I let this money sit in this account for a year, or 2 or 3 or 5, or I'll be the person who will be dipping my hand every time to take out? So if you answer that question and then you realize you have trouble in this, your discipline level is low, let's go the other way, not some
strict way.
Let's go. That will force you to save.
Okay. So if I'm putting it in M-Shwari and I'm still taking it every morning,
you're not you're killing the investment plan.
I was even to ask what role does discipline play, but I think it's quite key because it keeps the already there wealth in check.
Discipline is key. Discipline is key. You know, like you can have an account growing, and this account will make people think you're a miser. Yes, you have 6 months worth of your monthly expenses kept aside, and even if your mom has broken a leg or an arm, you tell them una pesa.
Okay, that's so true.
Even yourself,
disciplined.
Yourself, your car has, I don't know what could have happened. You rather borrow than touch that account.
That's true.
Yes.
That's quite true. That's the kind of discipline you need to be able to create wealth. You need to know when there's money for this and we have money for this, we don't have money for this. So you have to look for it regardless of the fact that you do have a savings in play.
True.
And what are the mistakes beginners make while making investment decisions?
Let me answer this from experience.
Okay, nice.
A beginner is interesting because beginners look, if either you have the knowledge of where to go to start, or you are seeking knowledge. The problem will be if you had that plan ongoing, but somebody speaks into your plan, and somebody just random, they speak into your plan, and they tell you you've done a mistake.
They now give you their opinion and insight. Okay.
A beginner, most beginners, beginners interesting. Some will pull out. You wonder how they just pull out and what that bought was legit. They pull out and they'll tell you, if they're kind enough, they'll tell you why. If they're not kind enough, they'll not even pick up your call.
Okay, so you can start and then someone will discourage you along the way and you pull out of this.
It's sad because this person, if you ask them their story, then you can put them in their perspective because it's their story which has messed them up in the first place. For them to have that negative energy.
And even as we take a short break, how do you balance risk and the reward?
So when you say reward,
the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. It is. So yeah, how to balance it? You balance it with an insurance cover.
Yeah.
A protection only cover.
Yeah.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
So that if your investment is worth 5 million,
yeah,
take a protection
cover for
not an education, not a saving plan,
okay,
but a protection cover
right,
worth 5 million.
Okay.
Yes.
So it ensures the problem, in case a problem occurs, you do have a cover for it. Nice.
You not touch your investment.
Yeah, incredible insights from Brian right here. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we are going to be talking more about retirement, education, and all you need to know about safety planning. Welcome back to The Nest right here on Y254 TV. And if you are just joining us tonight, we are in discussion with Brian Rukenga, where we are talking about financial literacy and mental health. And the question we are asking is, saving important or should you invest? Brian, tell us, is saving important or should I invest? Which one?
You can only invest what you've saved.
Okay, so you have to save for you to invest.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, investing is growing your savings.
Yeah.
So you've saved some amount. Now you want to grow it for consistency and sustainability.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you invest.
So you need to have savings first, and then you pull through to the investment.
So that you find if you're 100 bob is 100 bob.
Yeah.
Not all of it is to be eaten.
Taken out.
10.
It can remain. You'll use like 50%, and you can remain with 50.
Ideally 20%.
20%
should be saved. Yeah. The rest do your thing.
Okay. Yeah. And why is education planning important for financial stability? We have looked at insurance, and we have looked at early investment. It's good to invest early. It's good to do your homework before investing. And even as you're looking into investment, go through the whole savings plan. Have some level of discipline. Yeah. So why is education planning important for financial stability?
Education planning is important because we all desire to get somewhere in education, and we noticed with time we moved from I was growing up, public school was the thing. And I don't remember what even my parents used to pay. I mean that in the 80s. Probably they used to pay, I don't know, 300 or 500.
500, and that's like the whole term.
Yeah, that's the whole term.
Yes.
And now there's a mushrooming of academies, before even get to international schools. Even international schools has kicked up.
They've quite grown.
Yeah, they've come so much. So you can imagine somebody who's looking at a newborn is looking a journey of 18 years. Why not plan? 18 years. Why not plan?
Okay.
Yeah, the journey.
And I love how we're talking about this with a parent as well. So this is something I know for sure you had to incorporate with your children, and you feel like it's going to be quite essential in the day-to-day running of their future lifestyle. And how should someone now start planning for their retirement?
Good question. Again, I'd ask what's the right time?
What is the right time? Okay. Retirement has a lot going on. Okay, fine. Is everybody eligible to get retirement
Good
fund?
Question, yes.
Let me start from that. Before I even want to know about those who are retiring. Is everybody eligible, or it goes with your employer? What happens?
I always ask this question. Do you know the future is always coming? It's not stopping for you to get fit so that you can start coming. It will eventually come.
You have to catch up with it.
It will eventually come.
True.
So who does not start early? You start early the best. And I was telling you start small because you're starting early. By the time by the time you start early, you can even hit a 20 million portfolio. By the time you're getting to 50, 20 million at 50, that's
I love what you're saying. By the time I'm getting to 50,
yes, you have a pension ongoing. But since you started, now it has, because it accrues interest, it does accrue interest annually. So with that, you can easily land on the 20 million mark.
So how early should you start planning?
As soon as you start working.
As soon as you start working?
Yes. So it depends with when you start working.
And what is the best way of going about it? Is there something we need to understand when coming up with a retirement plan?
Retirement plan.
Is there things you need to look at, maybe core boundaries about it?
So retirement has an interesting part, because if you're employed, you'll end up with a government vehicle, yeah?
Yeah.
If you're not employed, you can open a retirement vehicle with an insurance company, or with what do you call them? They're accredited. They're accredited to run pension companies. Yeah. So you can open a private one. So this of employer, the employer gives and you also give.
Yeah.
But this one for personal, which is voluntarily, you give. You don't just. It's up to you.
It's your input.
It's in your input. And interesting enough, pension planning, the pension installments has no penalty. You can skip a month. You can skip 2, 5. Whenever you pick something, you can throw it there.
Yeah.
So.
So then it's actually how you panga yourself.
Yes, you have to jipanga. That's all.
You could jipanga too, from how you're saying, planning entirely. And then.
Then you open that. Now if you're employed, let the employer open for you, and then you start, and then you start planning. I know we as a company, as an insurance company, we have been given to people can opt out Tier 2 and NSSF.
Okay.
And bring the employer can bring the whole company into they give Tier 1 to NSSF, but they move the Tier 2 to the company. Why is that? Because we guarantee our guarantees that there. We say 4% is the minimum it can never hit, whereas NSSF can even go lower. For insurance, the private insurer, they never go lower than 4%. I saw NSSF did well last year.
Being the private area, you're not affected by the percentages as much.
But
it's still the same.
But even NSSF, he did well last year. I saw last year did it. I mean, it topped up. It topped the whole. I think they did 17%. Yeah, they did
17
good.
Is good.
Yeah, it is
better
good.
Than 5.
So it's just a matter of you planning. And if the employer would recommend his workers to opt out, because he can't do it
for them
by force.
Yeah,
they have to agree.
It has to be something voluntary.
They have to agree.
As an employee.
They have to agree as an employee.
And where does housing come in? How is house planning important now?
House planning is interesting, my dear. You know, house planning starts.
And how does it go about? Like, when you tell us house planning, you mean plan to own your own
to
house,
own, yes.
Plan to build, plan to buy.
So that's a question.
What's the plan?
So that's a question. So it's a journey,
Yeah.
So let's agree it's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey. People say, I want to own property, I want to own land, I want to own, to become a real estate owner. Some would say it will be my business. Some would say it will be my investment. But do you see people who start by building a very big house? Then, because the children are growing in there, they'll grow up and move out.
Yeah. So it makes no sense.
At that point, now you wonder, what was I doing? So ideally, home ownership should answer, when do you want to settle down?
Yeah.
Settling down, in fact, if you can do away with the equation of the story of paying rent, earlier the better. Okay? So, but start small.
Okay.
Start small.
So early in life, is it better to rent or is it better to buy?
I mean,
start small.
Early in life, you start by saving.
You start by saving.
Yeah, start by saving, growing the capital.
Yeah.
Housing plan, you can do housing plan. You can do an endowment plan.
Yeah.
A 10-year plan.
A 10-year plan.
Yeah, you can give yourself.
Which 10 means in 10 years I'll have my home.
Yes, 10 years.
Okay, so that's
ideally, the person who's starting cannot bite a very big premium.
Yeah.
So eventually, even after 10 years, they'll manage to get, let's say, a down payment.
Yeah, like a depot.
Yeah, depot.
Like a deposit.
Yeah, let's say that's what you'll work with at 10 years. A depot. Yeah.
And what happens when now you delay all this? Let's say if you delay your retirement planning.
Oh no. Yeah.
What are the advise us?
Oh
Scare
no.
us, kidogo.
No, delay is costly.
Delay is quite costly.
It is costly. Do you know, for you to manage your current monthly expenses, how much that will mean for you, and you know you're being given, it's been given to you every month for as long as you live. So
and it's the same amount in the same same frequency?
It depends. It depends. You could do some arrangement where it decreases, which is called
as time goes by.
As goes by, yeah, it decreases.
All right.
Or you can even give a guarantee. You say you've lock it. You say you'll be paid for 10 years. You put an interest on that 10 years. It pays. So this year will pay differently from next year.
Yeah.
By the time the 10 years, if you have not passed on, by the time it gets to 10 years, it will come to a basic. After the 10 years, now they continue paying until you pass on.
Yeah.
But in that 10 years, if you happen to pass on,
yeah,
the remainder of the 10 years, your next of kin should be given.
Okay.
But if you didn't set that parameter, that
So
it's
happens?
5, 10, or 20,
yeah,
and you didn't put it there, you say the parliament will pay 2 pesos every month.
Yeah.
They'll be giving you every month, but
Yeah.
if you die,
It
nobody's being given anything.
So now, losing you as maybe our breadwinner
Yeah.
would not be a benefit to the beneficiaries, because you didn't even put in a plan where after this certain period of time, your beneficiary is going to pick it up for you.
You know, at that time you're saying breadwinner is. At that point you're not a breadwinner.
Okay, are you actually retired?
Yeah, retired. We have to plan for you. We have to plan for you health, and that's where retirement comes in. If you have a retirement plan, it will buy you medical cover.
Yeah.
It will, monthly expenses.
Yeah.
Do you know, we were sitting down yesterday with somebody and we were just working on food, on you alone.
Yeah.
Today we were honest with ourselves that every day we are spending like 800 bob. In breakfast, lunch, sampa.
Okay.
800 bob.
800 is.
And then we saw the guy has 30 years to get to 65. 30.
And
so
you're already spending 800
a day.
So you're going to be at 240k.
In 24,000 in a month. Alafu in a year, that's it was coming to about 1 point something.
Yeah.
And then we saw he has 30 years to go. So we were seeing with the calculator. There's a calculator. We will do that calculation there's a calculator.
A tailor-made one for that.
It's online. It's online. If you look at it at CBK, it's called inflation index calculation.
Okay.
So the last one which was there, which I have, which we are currently using, was saying in the last 10 years, average was 7%. 7%. For the last 10 years, 10 average. Years.
That's a decade, and we only have 7%.
7%. So at 30, so you go. His age he's waiting for 30 years.
Yeah.
And then the 7% where they meet, it was multiplying 7 times.
7 times. Yeah.
7
sounds expensive.
So he's a million times 7.
That's why planning is important.
This
is only food alone. We were talking about.
Yes.
That's when it just hit me.
Yes.
This is only
it's
one
only
expense
food
out of the many expenses in a household.
Yes.
So how can people really balance school fees, housing, investment? You're a father. You have a family. How are you doing it? How are you managing?
Well, of course, number one, you should have an accurate figure.
Yeah.
Not really accurate because it fluctuates. Yeah. An accurate figure. What is my monthly income? And then you see accurate figure. What is our monthly upkeep?
Yeah.
For school, for everything. Yeah. Monthly.
Have your numbers.
Just have them.
Yeah.
Hata kama tu ni just
roughly.
Roughly. Then.
Yeah.
And then from there, know what because they say the amount that is you're supposed to have as for insurance is times 4 of your life, like your age, and then times 4. It's a calculation is done there times 4.
Yeah.
Then you know how much kind of protection you should have in terms of insurance and all that.
Yeah.
Then if you have that figure, start somewhere. Bora tu anze mahali. You know, we normally say better having something than nothing.
True.
Even when you're talking about inflation, we always say inflation on that 2K you're doing 2,000 a month is better than the inflation on your zero in your pocket.
Yeah.
Inflation hits you whether you have put something aside or not.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It hits you.
That's when you feel it. The inflation, the realness of the inflation yourself.
Yes.
When the money you have in hand, but if you have nothing, you can't tell.
You can't tell, but
it
actually it's also infecting you.
Yeah,
it is affecting you.
Okay,
yeah.
And let's talk a bit now about how we're going to connect money to your mental health. How is financial stability connected to mental mental health and mental well-being?
It's interesting because as we started, we normally say that finance is like your sweat and your blood.
Yeah, it's
and your life.
Basically. Yeah.
So what if it's not there? What happens then? Then you realize, even if it's very legitimate, maybe you're in a sick bed, you are incapacitated, utakumbuka you have no money. You'll always remember.
Something that means, hey, kukosa pesa, you can never forget you don't have money.
You'll always remember.
That is so true.
Oh, it's so interesting.
So we can say financial stress can actually affect your emotional well-being.
It will.
Have you maybe speak to us from your own experience?
Experience?
You're a financial advisor.
Okay,
have you had a moment in life?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Share with us.
Where I work, our money comes monthly on commission basis.
Commission is your hard work.
So commission is your hard work.
Yeah.
And so the opposite is also true.
Yeah.
You don't work hard,
don't get nothing.
So I've had those lows. I've had those lows where I'm going home and I'm telling them this month.
So in sales, sales is a very tough industry. Service is guaranteed. Service is a bit guaranteed. People will eat every single day. You know for sure somebody must transport themselves from point A to point B. True. But in sales, you can speak, you can really sell the dream and the idea, and you just end up with nothing to offer.
Yes,
that's quite a big challenge. And how do you help your clients who are feeling maybe overwhelmed financially? You've had to deal with people who are in that predicament. Because I feel like, what's the issue? Is the issue mostly the fact that you don't have money?
Good question.
Or the fact that you're stressing over the fact that you don't have money?
That you don't have money.
Is it the situation? You're feeling the situation, you're like, hey, I'm broke. Or you're just constantly thinking about it?
I think when you look at what you get at the end, the paycheck.
Yeah.
Where do you start from? The paycheck number one, imekatwa kwanza tax. Do you want what's the wisdom there?
You've given to Caesar what belongs.
What's the wisdom there? Start with yourselves first.
Yeah.
That's the wisdom. Tax he doesn't care. You sort yourself first. So even you take that cue, start with yourself first. Start with yourself first. You could say ati nimekatakatwa tijina nini nimekatwa katwa. Start with yourself. Put a check off.
Yeah.
Put a check off and be an employer cutter from the source. Yes, cutter. I'm telling you, that's a big comfort.
It helps you to save because what is coming to your hand is not.
It's not for saving.
It's already saved.
Yes, it's already saved.
So you have to manage.
Yes.
Okay, that's actually a very, very good way to go around it. And what are the signs of financial stress that you can tell from someone? You could be handling a client, you could be dealing with them every single day. Yeah. But now you tell, this one is financially stressed.
It's a real world. It's a real world, and we don't foresee. Yet it happens.
True.
What I have to do is to empathize. Yeah, empathize. Get into their shoe, feel with them.
Yeah.
Let them have a breathing space. Usiwe hapo tu. You guys. So let them have a breathing space.
Yeah.
And do you know when they see this, they themselves come out of that and say, oh, I better work on my finances, even though I'm going through this. But give them that space because things happen. For us, in our plans, we also have premium breaks. So you say, I'll take a break.
Yeah.
Can I take a break for whatever, 1 year?
So if you're constantly paying premiums, you can have a premium
break. You can take a premium break.
And how does that affect you in the long run? You come back with a bigger deposit?
Good question, yeah. So that's the long run. When you're asking about the long run.
Yeah.
But you should also ask the immediate effect.
Okay, let's do both. Give us the immediate and then give us the long run.
Because the immediate would mean there's a grace period for 3 months actually. You should have within 3 months started paying again.
Yeah,
so there's that grace period.
You have time to panga yourself.
After the third month, the plan is still there, but they withdraw their protection.
Okay.
So that if anything would happen now on you, to you, the
It's your
next
sole
of kin,
responsibility.
the next of kin will not be paid.
Okay.
But
okay.
the product is still running. It's still your money, and you can still see the statements.
It's just been on hold.
Now, the long run.
Yeah.
So when you come to the long run,
Yeah.
is the question you're asking, is it a lump sum I'll have to top up, to
To
bridge
top
up?
To bridge,
To-
the
to
lack
bridge
of
up,
2-3 installments.
The loss of, people even will go for a year or two.
Okay, yeah.
Premium breaks. So they'll ask, I don't have this kind of money, so what happens?
Yeah.
Now, depending from company to company.
So that one goes with who's your provider.
Yeah, I know.
Choose the lenient providers.
I know there's a product which has been called redating.
Read
So you read it.
Okay, read it.
So you come where you've just come, and because you've gone for 1 year or so.
Yeah.
You come today. We
Yeah.
ask you to pay today.
Yeah. So
Then
now
we
your policy
move
will start from that day.
to continue from where you stopped. So if you stopped at you had saved for 12 months.
Yeah, let's
It
do
will,
1 year.
This today it will be counted as 13th month.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So-
So it's like a commencement, but with the lack of the removed months.
So they removed the blank month is
yeah.
taken to the end of the
All right.
of the term.
So while you're enjoying the plan, you need to know end of term. There's
Yeah,
something we
there's-
need from you.
No, you not pay. I mean, instead of maturing in April of 2036,
Yeah.
it will be added 1 more year. So it will
Oh,
mature.
so now the gap comes at
the end.
mwisho.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
now
yes,
I've understood
yes.
you. Nice.
That's
nice.
but that's exclusive for a few companies.
companies,
Other
not
companies will
everybody,
tell you
yeah.
to top up.
Sasa you remove an extra.
Utaambiwa top up. Utaambiwa you saved for 1 year, you went for 2 years. So your 1 year which you had saved has paid for one of your 2 years.
So pay for
Sasa
1 year.
tunangojea ulipe to the first year ndo tukuredatie
Wow,
so that
wow,
we can
wow, wow.
redate your plan.
So it's like you're going back my uliacha
Yeah.
deni.
So and I've been so sorry when my friends have been meeting them and I'm telling them, oh, so you had a plan. You can go get a statement, compare what they're asking you to do. Then they tell me, man, they're telling me to give them 80,000. I mean, 120,000, 60,000.
There's an amount to
So
it.
they just
yeah.
lose hope. Yeah.
So this thing, you
Depends
need to be
which
quite
company you're in.
informed. Like
Depends.
getting into investment, you need to really be quite
Yeah,
informed.
yeah.
And let's now have a difference between financial wellness
Yeah.
and mental wellness.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the difference? I think I know, but I want to hear it from you.
So financial wellness simply is what we are talking. Is
Stability?
it stability?
Yeah.
Is it have you planned yourself? Is it planning? Have you planned? Is it are your people secure? Have you been the breadwinner? Have you left people? Are people who are looking up to you? Are they secure?
Yeah.
So that's wellness.
Yeah.
It is the knowledge of what can I invest in, which is the best vehicle.
Yeah.
Even if I've invested, do I still need to protect myself?
Yeah.
All that. Eh?
Yeah.
So that's wellness. Then now mental health. Mental health in conjunction with that, what we are doing as finance, is just it's
Being in a state of peace.
and that's why now you're asking why education. The education plan actually gives you a peace of mind.
Yeah, when you know the next few days your learning is guaranteed,
Yeah.
it's true, you're going to be a bit
Peace
more
of
relaxed and you're also
Totally.
planning to just top
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
As we come to the close, let's talk a bit about you once more. You were named as the financial advisor
Yeah.
for year 2024.
Yes.
What does that mean to you? How has it shaped you right now? Tell us
Yeah.
a bit more about that.
I'll be honest, ilikuwa pressure.
I know, because the 2022 you've entered
2023, I'm leading the team. Because I remember
quite
that
fast.
year I was asked, so yeah, we got into a meeting, the appraisal, and I'm asked, so you're qualifying? And I was blunt. I said, I'm not. They asked me, you're not
You're quite honest.
This is 23. I said,
Yeah.
well, you're taking to you've come to your appraisals in November,
Yeah.
and the deadline is December, and you're expecting me to do half
be
of what
prepared, how?
half of what I've done.
Yeah.
I told them, no, I cannot.
Yeah, but they gave you a chance.
But at least they said okay.
Well
So
done.
the second year, that's now when I qualified 2024, is
Yeah.
when now, I mean, I had gotten to the parameters way early.
Yeah.
Way early. So that was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
The thing what now was remaining was because you have to get the amount, the numbers,
Yeah.
numbers of clients, and then how much they're paying. So how much you're paying had already hit the target, but
Yeah.
how many clients was not yet there?
The numbers were still a bit.
I think I pushed it all the way back
Yeah.
in December. Even December was still running around, but it was
Yeah.
beautiful. It was beautiful. It was worth it. It was worth it. The celebrations are beautiful. It's a
It was amazing.
It's amazing. It's
So
amazing.
we're looking forward for you to being called like for another gift sooner or later.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
because in
yes.
2 years,
yes,
if you
yes.
can do that, it's actually even 1 year. Let's
Yeah,
say in 1
because
year you
it was
can
23, yeah.
gain that.
Yeah.
There's so much you can really do.
Yeah.
As we come to a close, is there maybe one financial principle that you'd like to give us that we should carry with us as we go home, and maybe tell our viewers something that they need to hold to their hearts as far as financial planning is concerned? Yeah.
Okay, number one, what I would love people to know is that you have 100%.
You have 100%.
The 100% you have, which is
Yeah.
your income, all
Yeah.
inclusive, everything, gross.
Yeah.
You're supposed to split it 50% to your expenses,
Yes.
30% to your circles,
Yeah.
your investments,
Investments.
your savings,
Yeah.
your holidays,
Yeah.
your home planning,
Yeah.
and then the 20 that is left
Is for saving.
is for saving.
Yeah.
Is
nice.
actually saving in a protection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And insurance, baby.
Yes, and insurance cover,
Thank
life
you so
cover.
much.
Thank
you so much, Brian, for coming
Welcome,
on board.
welcome,
I have learned so much, and being informed is really quite the
is.
key to all of this, and also taking care of your pocket ensures you've taken care so much of your brain
mind,
as
yeah,
well.
of your mind,
Thank you so
yeah.
much for coming on board. We do wish
Welcome.
you all the best.
Thank you.
As you continue to mentor young people.
Sure.
And for those of you back at home, you have heard from Brian. His message is quite clear. Financial growth is not really about the numbers alone. It's about awareness. It's about your discipline and also your mindset in all of this. So start small, stay motivated, and be informed about what you're doing, where to invest, and how to go about every single thing. I hope you have learned a lot from us tonight, and be sure to join us again next week, same place, same time. And from us here, it's good night, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.